Okay, so this is kind of an interesting statement that was made here by this Mr. Sankar on some meeting concerning artificial intelligence and the internet. And this is on Senator Joe Manchin's channel on YouTube. And I'll put a link in the description if you want to watch the whole thing. But I find it very curious, this dude's choice of words, where he talks about red teaming a situation. Now they see misinformation, disinformation, and as this open, free, and forum as an issue for cybersecurity. And this is how he mentions and talks about red teaming.
I'd welcome a regulatory approach to this is also realizing that there's a huge and outsized role for the department to lead by going through it. It's only by red teaming, adopting and red teaming, trying to break it, that we're going to really understand and develop the...
It's only by red teaming it, adopting it, and trying to break it that they'll be able to really move forward. Did you hear what he said there, right? Okay.
It's a huge and outsized role for the department to lead by going through it. It's only by red teaming, adopting and red teaming, trying to break it, that we're going to really understand and develop the appropriate, rigorous testing and evaluation framework. I would say...
Yeah, and in case you didn't know what he's talking about when he says red teaming it, he's talking about themselves creating an opposing side, a red team to their so-called blue team, okay? So, like when you have sports and you have like a university or something that wants to do a practice run and they use their own players, but each side has their own color shirt, like half of the class and half of the team for the university wears a blue shirt and the other half wears a red shirt, and then they pit off against each other for practice. Well, this guy is actually coming out and talking about it. Red flag exercises. He's calling it red teaming it, though. So they are talking about, in this meeting that was posted up from a day ago, about breaking the internet so that they can build it back better.
The analogy to cybersecurity is great here. You can't just have a blue team effort to protect yourself. You learn as much or more from red teaming it that defines how you defend yourself going forward. So I think these are actually two sides of the same coin, and we should be practicing them together and aggressively.
They're two sides of the same coin, and they should be practicing them aggressively, folks. Okay, so get ready for it. Get ready for it when there's going to be multiple days when the internet and the World Wide Web is not going to be accessible to civilians. Get ready for it. They're going to block everybody out while they run their little tests and they do their little scenarios and they do their little updates and they inject their little programs back into it before they open it back up to the public again. But I guarantee you, sometime very soon, they're going to be red teaming it, folks. And they're going to be blocking access to the internet for certain people. And I tell you what, there's going to be a bunch of these YouTube gamers and a bunch of these YouTubers that have become dependent upon YouTube as a means of living. And actually, it's not just YouTube, it's all the platforms, because the entire internet will most likely go down when they test this stuff and they do their little red flag exercises, or at least parts of it. And just wait until your teenager kids until you go to log into something and you're denied access to it because it's down. All hell is going to fucking break loose, and I'm telling y'all, there is going to be some people very pissed off when they break the internet so that they can build it back better. And this guy says it. Red teaming it, y'all.
Or from red teaming it that defines how you defend yourself going forward. So I think these are actually two sides of the same coin.
Two sides of the
same
same
together
coin.
Aggressively.
Just about everything that they do the same thing. Every policy and every law that has actually become law that they've created and invented out of certain scenarios and events and situations has been under false pretenses. That's right, folks, because they break it first so that they can build it back better. And they break it themselves because they're two sides of the same coin. So as far as I'm concerned, some of these laws and things that have been put in place based on these scenarios that they create aren't really valid as far as I'm concerned, because they're not based on naturally occurring events or naturally occurring situations. They're based on situations that they create.
From red teaming it that defines how you defend.
From red teaming it. Yeah. Whatever.